This is the video 2 of chapter 1, operating system and graphical user interface, role and functions. So let us go ahead and see what are the different types of softwares. So software is of two types. Number one, application software, and number two, system software. Let us try and understand both of them. Application software is a set of programs designed to perform some specific type of job like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Paint, etc. So let us try and understand what it is saying. The application softwares that we have, they are made to go ahead and perform something very specific. If I want to do something specific on the computer, I will be using an application software. Let me give you an example. If I want to go ahead and create a document on Microsoft in Windows, then I will have to use Microsoft Word or MS Word software as it is written in the book. And at the same time, if I want to go ahead and paint something, if I want to create a picture on the computer, then obviously I will be using Microsoft Paint. So these are two different applications. These are two different types of work that I want to perform on my computer. One is creating a document and the other one is painting a picture. So Microsoft Word is used for creating a document, and Microsoft Paint is used for creating a picture or drawing on the computer. So both the works that I wanted to do required a different kind of a software, and these softwares are nothing but application softwares. Number two, system software. It is a collection of one or more programs that controls and manages the overall operation and performance of the computer system. So just like we have the teacher in the class who is controlling all the students, in the same way, I need at least one software that can control my computer, that needs to control the entire computer system. It needs to turn on the computer. It needs to manage the memory of the computer. It needs to provide calculations for the computer through the CPU. So everything that I want to do on my computer need to be controlled by at least one software. So what is that software called? That software is nothing but a system software. It acts as an interface between the user and the computer. So the computers cannot go ahead and understand human language. I cannot simply stand and talk to the computer, right? I cannot go ahead and start saying something and the computer will start doing it. That is not possible. What needs to be done is I need to talk to the computer in a language that the computer can understand. And what is that language called? That language is called binary language. That binary language consists of only two symbols, only two numbers. One, the first number is 0 and the second number is 1. That's it. So I want my computer to understand a language for the user, and therefore the system software that we have, as written in the last line, it acts as an interface. It acts as a mediator between the user and the computer. And it also provides a platform for running the application software. Let me turn the page for you. It also provides you a platform to run your application software. Let me increase the page size here. Allow me a moment, please. So if I want to run any application on the computer, let it be Notepad, Microsoft Word, or any other software, I need to have an application software. But these application softwares will run on the computer with the help of a system software. Generally, system software is installed by the manufacturer. A system software can be classified into the following categories. So the system software, these kind of softwares are made by the person or the company who is manufacturing the computer itself, the physical computer. The different types of system softwares are operating system, language processor, device drivers, and utility softwares. In the coming section, we will discuss in depth about the operating system, its needs, types, and functions. So let us go ahead and try and understand what is an operating system. So in this chapter, we will focus on operating system only and not the other three. So what is an operating system? Being a machine, computer cannot do anything on its own. It requires specific instructions on how to perform each and every task. So a computer cannot go ahead and start working on its own without human beings is speaking to it in a specific language. As I said, I cannot just stand and talk to my computer, or even, let me give you an example, I cannot talk to my phone. If I stand up and simply stand in front of my phone and start saying something, it will not start doing things on its own. So the computer requires specific instructions on how to perform each and every task. Further, the instructions are to be converted into a language which the machine understands. As I've said, it's called the binary language. It means that the user cannot communicate with the computer directly. I cannot talk to the computer directly. An interface is required between the user and the hardware or all computer resources. So I need an intermediate translator. I need a person, or I need a software, or I need someone who can translate human action, human needs, human words into a language that the computer can understand. And not just the computer I'm talking about all the physical components. Let it be mouse, let it be a keyboard, let it be a CPU, monitor, anything, or a printer. So we need to talk in a language that these physical components can understand. The operating system acts like an interface, so it acts like an intermediate person. It acts like a person who can understand my language, human language, and the physical hardware language. The computers interprets the instructions given by the user with the help of an operating system. So I will go ahead and talk to the computer. Sorry, I will go ahead and talk to the operating system, and in turn, the operating system will talk to the physical hardware. It is the master program which makes computer alive and helps to run different application. So the operating system is the most important software, or the master program as it is saying, which makes the computer alive and help the computer to run different application. As I have already said, if I want to run any application, let it be Notepad, Microsoft Paint, or Microsoft Word, any application, I need to have an operating system so that the applications can run on top of the operating system. The operating system is just like a school principal. So as I've said, I've given you an example of a school teacher. You can, of your class teacher, you can also understand it in the same way as a school principal. So the school principal has a lot of work. The principal is controlling the students, the teachers, the parents, the work, the exam, everything is controlled by the principal of the school. In the same manner, we also have the operating system that controls everything. It keeps everything organized. It creates your timetable, it creates your exam schedule, it checks your results. Everything is controlled by just one person, which is the principal of the school. You can have a look on the diagram that we have here. So the operating system is in the center, and it is trying to control and communicate with each and everything. So the operating system talks to your disk drive, the operating system talks to your keyboard, the operating system talks to your applications, which can be a Notepad, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Paint. It talks to your printer, your monitor, and your mouse. So all the physical devices and the applications also are connected to the operating system. They are talking to the operating system. So the operating system is very, very important. It talks to your physical components and it talks to your software both. Operating system acts as a central coordinator between the hardware and the software, as I have already told you. Hardware provides a user with the basic physical resource to work upon. So obviously, let me give you an example. If I want to make a call, I will need the phone. So I cannot just have an Android software. If I have an Android software in my pen drive, I can't make a call from the pen drive. I need to have the physical component. But having only the physical component also will not work. If I have a phone and if Android is not working on it, then in that case, I will not be able to make a call. So hardware provides a user with the basic physical resources to work upon, and the application utility software empowers the user to perform a variety of functions on the computer, such as solving problems, creating documents, playing games, etc. Let us go ahead and see what is the need for an operating system. How many of you have played real-time strategy game on a computer? That is a Sony PlayStation on an X or an Xbox. So we all play games, right? We all play games on the computer. We are all fond of playing games on the computer. Let us go ahead and see what we can learn from that game, the PlayStation, or we can also take an example of playing a game on the mobile phone. I guess almost every one of you have tried your hands on the fancy gadgets, the game board, joystick, remotes, monitor, disc holder, all fall in the category of hardware. So everything that I can touch is my physical hardware. However, the game, its characters, the sounds and animation effects fall in the category of software. So everything that I see on the screen, that is my software. Have you ever imagined how the hardware component interact with the software component? So I'll give you an example. Whatever is written here, let me try to explain it to you in my own words. Let's say I am playing a game on my mobile phone or on the PlayStation. So whenever I want to go ahead and make my character jump on the screen, or make a punch to the opponent, or do any other thing, I will press the button on the joystick or the game controller or the remote that I have, the game remote. Once I press the button, my button instruction will go to the operating system, and from the operating system it will go to the game. That is how the communication will happen. So how does my game changes when I press the button? My button talks to the operating system and the operating system talks to the game. Let us go ahead and understand what are the different features and functions of an operating system in the next video.